Hey, welcome to Math. We're doing section 5.3 on elimination today. This is going to be a part 3 for reading a part 1 and a part 2. We're kind of just looking at that toughest question or two from the big ideas, what you'll kind of need to do on that big ideas practice this week, so it's not going to be a super long one today. So stay tuned for the learning, and let's get ready for the first example. All right, let's take a look at a review problem here. This is something that we covered last time in part 2. So we have the equation x minus 4y equals 6 and the equation negative 5x plus 3y equals negative 13. And the idea here is we want to add the equations together so that one of the variables eliminates. But if you look at here to start, x and negative 5x is not going to eliminate because it does not add to 0. Same with negative 4y and plus 3y, it's not going to add to 0 either. So right now, if I add the equations together, neither the x's or the y's will eliminate. So I want to set it up so that one of the variables will. Negative 4 and 3 with the y's are going to be hard to multiply one equation by something to make those y's eliminate. But if I multiply the first equation by 5, then the x's will be 5x and negative 5x. So I can change that first equation and then distribute the 5 into all three parts. I get 5x minus 20y equals 30. And then my second equation stays the same. Negative 5x plus 3y equals negative 13. Now when I go to add the equations together, my x's are set up to eliminate. So go ahead and solve that one out now. You should be able to eliminate the x's and solve for y. Go ahead and enter your answer for y when you're ready. So when I add those equations together, the x's cancel. I get negative 17y equals 17. I can then divide through by negative 17 to undo the number in front of y. And I'm left with y equals 17 divided by negative 17. And a positive divided by a negative is a negative. 17 divided by 17 is 1, so y is negative 1. Hopefully you got that part. Then once I have my first variable, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be able to take one of my equations and plug it in to find my second variable. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of my equations. I'll take this one here. And I get negative 5x plus 3y equals negative 13. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my solution that I found, that negative 1, and I'm going to make a substitution for it in for y in my original equation. And when I do that, I get negative 5x plus 3 times a negative 1 equals a negative 13. So 3 times negative 1 is a minus 3. So I have negative 5x, it's not very good, 5. Negative 5x minus 3 equals negative 13. So that's a two-step equation I can solve for x. I have to move the negative 5, I have to move the minus 3. Go ahead and solve that for x and enter your answer when you're ready. So I got to move that minus 3 by adding 3. And negative 13 plus 3 makes a negative 10. So negative 5x equals negative 10. Then I can go ahead and divide through by a negative 5. And negative 10 divided by negative 5 is going to make a positive 2. So I get x equals 2. Hopefully you got that. Then once I have my x and my y, I'm always going to write my answer to these systems of equations as the point of intersection. So I'm going to write it as a coordinate point x comma y, which in this case would be positive 2 for x, comma, negative 1 for y. So this would be my solution here. So hopefully that's a good review of when we have to multiply one of the equations by a number. In this case, that number that we had to multiply by was 5. So I multiplied by that 5, and then it was set up to eliminate. In my two examples that I'm going to do for part 3, it's going to be that we have to multiply both equations by some number like 5 to get them to be set up to eliminate. All right, let's take a look at our first new example for today. Example 1, we have the equation 2x plus 3y equals 12. We have the equation negative 3x plus 5y equals 20. Now this time when I go to set up my equations to eliminate, there's no one number I can multiply by to get either the x's or the y's to eliminate. Maybe you're thinking you could do a decimal, like 2 times 1.5 would get us up to 3. But there's no way to get 2 to multiply up to 3 just by a whole number, and there's no way to get 3 to multiply up to 5 just by a whole number. So I can't do it. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to find a bigger number that I can get both equations to meet up at. And what I mean by is I can't get for the x's. I can't get 2x to get to 3x. But I can think, is there a number that I could get 2 and 3 to multiply up to? And the answer is you can do 6, right? Because if I could multiply the first equation by 3 and the second one by 2, and then both of them would be at 6. At that point, they'd be set up to eliminate. If I want to do the y's, 3 and 5 could both multiply up to 15. In this case, since 6 is kind of like a smaller number, I'm going to multiply up to 6. And what I mean by that is I'm going to take my first equation and I'm going to multiply by 3. And when I do that, I'm going to have 2 times 3 make 6x. So I know if I had 6x and negative 6x, then I would have it, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply that second equation by 2. Because then I'm going to have 2 times negative 3x makes a negative 6x. So of course I have to distribute that 3 through to all the parts, and the 2 through to all the parts. When I do that, my first equation is going to transform into 6x. 3 times 3 makes a plus 9y. And 3 times 12 equals 36. And then for my second equation, what that's going to transform into is 2 times negative 3 is negative 6x. 2 times a plus 5 is a plus 10y. And 2 times 20 is 40. And now hopefully you notice that we're now set up to eliminate, right? I have 6x and negative 6x, so when I go to add those equations together, that variable for x is going to eliminate. So go ahead and add those equations together, eliminate the x, solve for y, and enter your answer for y when you're ready. So if we eliminate the x's, I get 19y equals 76. Dividing through by 19, 76 divided by 19 makes a positive 4. So y is going to be a positive 4. Now, once I have that positive 4, I can take either of my equations. In this case, I think I'm going to take my original first equation. So this guy right here. So 2x plus 3y equals 12. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a substitution. So I know that I solved and got y is equal to 4. So I'm going to plug in 4 for y in my original equation here. And I get 2x plus 3 times 4 equals 12. 3 times 4, of course, is just 12. So I'd have 2x plus 12 equals 12. And that's a little two-step equation I can solve. I'm going to subtract the 12 and get 2x equals 12 minus 12 is 0. And then when I go and divide by 2, 0, anything you divide 0 by is still going to give 0. So x is 0. So again, I'm always looking for that point of intersection. I have 0 for x and 4 for y. So my point of intersection is going to be where they cross that point, 0 for x, comma 4 for y. All right, let's take a look at a second example of this one here where I can't just multiply one of the equations to get either x or y to eliminate. So I have my first equation, 2x minus 3y equals negative 17. And my second equation, 7x plus 4y equals 13. So what I can do here is I can figure out what's a number that both the equations could multiply up to. In this case, I see with the y's, negative 3 and 4 could multiply up to 12. Negative 3, I could multiply by 4 and get negative 12. So I'm going to multiply the first equation by 4 And the reason why is I want to get that negative 12 in front of y. And then my second equation I can multiply by 3. And then it's going to get 4y times 3 to multiply up to 12. And of course I'm going to distribute through, right? So if I distribute that 4 through, I'm going to get 8x minus 12y equals negative 68. And then I'm going to get 21x plus 12y equals 39. Now that I did that, those y's are set up to eliminate. So when I go to add those equations together, the y's will eliminate. Go ahead and add the equations together and enter your answer for x when you're ready. All right, so taking a look at that one, my y's eliminate. I'm left with 29x equals negative 29. Dividing through by 29, I get x equal to negative 1. So then I know that my x is negative 1. So what I can do after that is I can take one of my original equations. I will take the second one, just because I don't have the negatives to deal with there. But you can take the first one just easily and it'd be fine. So I have 7x plus 4y equals 13. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my negative 1 for x, and I'm going to plug that into my original equation here for x. So I get 7 times negative 1 plus 4y equals 13. So we get negative 7 plus 4y equals 13. Go ahead and solve out that two-step equation for y. And enter your answer for y when you're ready. All right, so I added the 7 over. Again, I'm always going to move that coefficient in front of y second. So I add the 7 over. 13 plus 7 is 20. 4y equals 20, and then I'm going to divide by 4 to both sides to get y equal to 5. And again, my answer is going to be that point of intersection. X is negative 1, comma, y is 5. So that takes us through 5.3, the section on elimination. These were the tougher questions today. You are 100% ready to try that big ideas practice now on section 5.3.